All right, y'all. It is Friday. What is the date?
14th.
June 14th. I've been meaning to say this. Thank y'all to all the subscribers and people watching. I gotta hop out and move this mount or this trash. We've done took that with us. But yeah, which way did it say?
Oh, man, left.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so thank y'all for subscribing and watching the video or videos. Our YouTube channel's growing a little bit. Been a little bit behind on posting the videos. I just ain't really had the time. I mean, it's been, I did strike good. I just hadn't really had a lot of extra time. It was alright.
Was it?
But anyway, so I need to get y'all caught up because the videos from last weekend, they're not gonna make it on YouTube. So last weekend was kind of our slower weekend, and it's our walk behind weekend, or we have one day on there that we have our walk behind route on, which is anything that we have to have a push mower, a walk behind for, and then all of our yards that we kind of consider to be just a one mower yard in that area, we all put them on one route. So but since we have some of these once a weeks up here in Cedartown, we're still coming up here every week to the south side. So in our, was it our first big yard? Like we had 2 yards we had to use 2 mowers on last weekend, right? Was it in the first one that happened to the skag?
Yeah, it was.
No? Okay, so to start off with, it was the belt at Blue Mechanical, right? So yeah, so I noticed the belt was literally hanging on by a thread. Like, I mean, the entire thickness of the belt was gone. It was literally just the outside. Had like a big cup in it. And when I seen that, we normally, yes, right, so it was really 3 yards we use it in. So instead of doing that, at that point, I didn't risk it and just let Cody run the laser on it all. Because I really wanted to make sure it lasted for the other 2 yards. Definitely needed it for them too. So we get to the next yard and it held up. Everything went good. And we got to the last yard that we really needed it on, and I got probably 80% done, I would guess. And the mower started feeling real rough, and I looked down and the caster was leaning like this. I just didn't see it. The nut backed off the bolt that holds the caster on. We had just had bought them airless front caster set, like, I don't know, August last year, right after we bought that mower. I can't remember when it was. It's toward the end of the season, I know. So, you know, I don't know. It backed off. I don't know how, but it did. So I limped it back to the trailer, and Cody finished, and we came back to the house, which we had to do anyway, on our way to our walk behind route. Dropped it off and swapped mowers, and instead of starting our walk behind route, then we ended up just getting trailer tires, didn't we? Yep. So we needed to get trailer tires too, and we just dropped the mowers off and everything and went and did that. That was a catastrophe. Should have called before we ever came back up here. They just opened up a brand new Mavis up here, big old 7-8 bay shop. There wasn't a soul in there when we pulled in. I'm thinking, perfect, this will be quick. They ain't even have the trailer tires. I guess we should have called, but I just thought they just opened. Like, I felt like they'd have a good stock. I don't know. So we found another place in town that got them, and the guys was telling us when they jacked up the trailer that the wheel bearings were, you know, needed to be replaced, but they done set everything back down and all, so I couldn't really feel, you know, the play in it. We get back to the house, and we'd already been talking about the trailer situation because it's riding nose high, but the gap on the back axle to the fender and the front axle to the fender is different. And I guess in my head, I didn't think that it would do that just by the pitch. I don't know what I was thinking really, but it's got that, I forget what that thing's called with them shackles and all that flexes and everything. I think everything on the trailer's good. I think we just need to get about a 2-inch more drop hitch. So, but anyways, we get back to the house to check out the wheel bearing situation, get it lifted up, and now I need to go back. So right before we left to go get the trailer tires, we decided that we were going to take the old Skag back tires, the big zero turn, and swap them for the tires we got when we first bought that Laser Z while they had the airless ones on order. And we were just going to swap rims, so we took them with us. Well, getting that thing lifted up was a fiasco without that front caster and just the setup that we got. So anyways, we get through all that, we get the tires and everything swapped, we come back, we get them on the Skag, and we're messing with the trailer. And the only reason I did that is because from looking at them tires, for one, I didn't know how long they'd been on that mower. That mower's a 01. And for two, one of them was leaking down. Not a big deal, could have plugged it, but we had a brand new set sitting there that we knew how old they were, and they ain't had probably 5-6 hours on them, maybe 10, I don't know. But we just wanted to go ahead and put those on there for now. But the bearings in the trailers are, I think they're fine. I mean, I think one of them, I think we'll replace them at the end of the season, but I think they'll make it to the end of the season. So that's the plan there. They had a little bit of play in them, but we was able to take the dust cap off, pull the carter pin out, and just kind of tighten up the nut 1 or 2 rounds, put the pin back in, and I think we'll be fine. Shot some grease in them, put the dust caps back on, and we ride now. But we do need to get a drop hitch. First thing we need to do is get in a level situation, measure. This is the heaviest this trailer will be set up, pretty much. I mean, other than the short amount of time we take to haul the tractor on here. But it don't weigh that much either. I don't think it's even that much more than these 2 mowers added up. I don't really know how much. Need to look up and see how much them weigh. But anyways, we already done that. Just can't remember. I don't know. I don't think I ever looked up the old Skag. If I did, I don't remember it. So yeah, last weekend was a little bit of a fiasco. And as far as today's going good. The good news is it's 11:40 and we've pretty much done nothing but work that got added this week, like between yesterday and today. And this is our busy week. There's 24 yards on this list right here, and we haven't even got started on them. We did one right off the bat this morning. It was a yard where I did the bush hogging video there. It was that yard, and this time we were going to try to cut it all with mowers, but it was a little too, I don't know, we probably could have done it, but it was real thick, and that section over there had a bunch of like trees, and just, it needs to be bush hogged over there one more time. The guy's supposed to be selling this house in about 6 weeks, so I think we just need to wait and bush hog it when he goes to list it, and then probably cut it one more time, and it'll be good. So we did cut that one this morning for $280. We cut another empty lot that we just picked up from a buddy of mine at church that he owns. He's going to build a house on it, but he hadn't yet. We cut that lot. That was ridiculously high, waist high, like bush hog territory, but we were already there, and you know, it didn't have to look perfect, it just needed to be knocked down. So we cut that one. I think we're going to end up having to just charge him $150 for that this time. It's going to be once a month. We can probably only do it for like $80 after that or something. So 280, so 380, 390, 4. Yeah, so $430. This is 3 weeks. No, it ain't, is it? Yeah, good Lord. So yeah, I think that's 430. And then while we were in that yard, a lady calls me. She's 6 minutes from there, wanting us to come quote this and everything at her place, and we go do it, and do it for $300. So $730, if I added that right. Sorry. So yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that's a blessing right there. I mean, we already had a busy day, but that right there that's nice. Put the Lord first, man. He'll bless you for it. And that driveway's rough, y'all. It's rough. I just don't know that if you just filled it in with big gravel, if it would even stay though. As hard as this water rushes down this hill.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
You'd have to go all the way up there and convert that.
Yeah. I wish we could figure out somehow to give them a quote on fixing that though. At least right here in the turnaround.
Yeah.
From the turnaround up. Just so we don't have to cross all that. Y'all got any recommendations? Let me know. All right, for those of y'all who did not watch what I think was the last video, I believe it's titled Cody Tells a Funny Story toward the end or something like that, man. Y'all got to go watch that. This is the place where, well, you got to go watch the story. And then I give y'all some backstory on it. Kind of explaining to y'all the situation and how it makes it even funnier. And so yeah, that's the little hut thing I'm talking about right there. That's the 2-seater. Okay, so we just finished the 16th yard.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I thought it was around 14 already.
So we got one left in the 17th. All right, yeah, so that's what I think that's right. We just finished 16. Got one left. We're going to debate on whether or not we're going. It's on our road. It's 8 o'clock right now. Unfortunately, it'll be 8:30 before we get there. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So when we started out this morning, well, let's go back to yesterday. We had this route with 24 yards, and it must not. How is it 24? Because we got 10 on the schedule for tomorrow. It was more than 24 then.
Yeah, that's more.
I don't even make sense. I swear I counted 24. Anyways,
We got 9 on the schedule for tomorrow.
I was only 9. Anyways, we're mixed up a little bit on the exact numbers.
Don't know.
Okay. Yeah, and there we go.
It's 10 yards.
So it was definitely more than 24 for this total weekend now.
So it's 27 for the weekend.
27. And we only added really one more that wasn't on the list. The other one made the list, but it got added yesterday. So, anyways, the last time we ran this route, we split it up to where we kind of thought, okay, this would be a full day, and then this day would be a touch shorter. you know, 5, 6 o'clock ending. But then we picked up 2 in the past 2 days for this route. So then that, you know, that turns it into longer. But we kind of cut it down the middle. There's a really long swoop this route makes, like a big old J hook, and there's not enough time to do the whole thing. So we kind of just cut it in half and said, well, whenever we figure out how this day right here today is going to shake out, that's going to decide whether or not we reach out and try to go this way, because we got to get 3 or 4 in that direction. And I didn't think we were going to be able to do it, but we did. So I think we'll be able to leave this route alone, right? And you know, depending on that 1 more yard on our road there. But a lot of times that yard could get done on Thursday evening. Well, that's what was happening last year. I guess that hadn't happened this year but once. So anyway, Cody just added up the money. 16 yards, $2,090. I think, I could be wrong, but I'm about positive that's the best day we've ever had with just mowing. Like, no extra. No other work but mowing. So that's a real good day. It's been a long one, but you know, I think we left the house at 6:20, and we'll be back at 8:30 if we don't decide to go cut that other yard. If we go cut that other yard, it'll be 9:30. Yeah, we'll have 10 or 11 if nobody else calls. So we'll be back with y'all tomorrow.